It's not just what the leaders of the AI companies are saying.
Is investing in the technology to make it accelerate as fast as possible. And
take a look at what they are doing.
It's not just the nature of the technology.
AI companies are spending almost $700 billion to build out data centers across this country.
That is a fucking crazy figure.
It's not just what the leaders of the AI companies are saying. Take a look at what they are doing. This year, four AI companies are spending almost $700 billion to build out data centers across this country. As a percentage of GDP, that is 10 times greater than what we spent each year on the moon landing, going to the moon.
That is a fucking crazy figure, bro. And like, I did another video where a woman said that was like 20 Manhattan projects.
AI is an enormous material infrastructure. Right now, it is the biggest infrastructure we have ever built as a species. As of 2026, all of the big tech companies collectively spending $700 billion on AI infrastructure. So just to compare that to, say, the Manhattan Project, which in today's dollars is like 36 billion, you are looking at something that's 20 Manhattan projects every year.
Like, this is more than we've spent on any technology ever. So people have to understand, it's not just the nature of the technology. It's the rate at which the developers, the companies, and the country is investing in the technology to make it accelerate as fast as possible and reach those exponential growth curves, right? So that is the thing. It's not just, oh, well, because a lot of people's counter arguments will be, well, the AI is not going to get there because of X, Y, and Z. But we also have to look at not just like the bottlenecks and the constraints of the tech, but what are companies trying to do, and what threat does that present? What are they investing in? You know, because it's not just the tech aspect, right? Because a lot of the AI safety folks, you know, that are worried about X risk, they're worried about, you know, a lot of them about super intelligent AI going rogue. But here's the other side of the coin. Even if that doesn't happen, right? We have this huge AI bubble thing that we have to confront. But is the technology meeting the promise and the standards to match the investment that is currently funding this tech? And if there is a bubble, will it pop? And how will that economically, financially affect us? That's a huge other dimension. And put all of that in the AI safety bubble thing that I'm concerned about. I'm trying to be concerned about all risks. So that's huge.
Despite the extraordinary importance of this issue and the speed at which it is progressing, AI has gotten far too little discussion here in Congress. I fear very much that while the American people are deeply concerned about the economic, the spiritual, the political impact of AI, Congress is totally unprepared to respond.
And this is why I'm so critical of not just AI companies, but also the safety community, because they're so not grounded in the reality. Those are the kinds of things people are worried about. They're worried about their jobs, their families, their kids, um, and their well-being, right? I think like the number one issue, just politically in general right now, is like affordability, right? People need to be able to have money to live. That bans all other problems. If you don't have money to live, support your family, put a roof over your head, have food, everything else is like nil, right? Like you need those things. That is foundational. If AI is a threat to that, that appeals to everyone across the board, regardless of political party, right? So I think like there's like huge bipartisan support for AI regulation across the board. I think it's like 80% or something, which is like a ridiculous number for like which is like a ridiculous number for Americans, you know, across political ideologies to support. So this is crucial. This should tell you that this is the part people care about. And, X-risk folks, people that are worried about extinction risk, if you want to bring people into the conversation, you need to include this stuff too. Because that is what people are worried about. That is the big deal. And these near-term issues are gonna really, really shape the way this thing goes. That's what I think you're really gonna have to attack first to bring people into the conversation. And a huge reason why I'm doing this, because I'm not a techie. I don't really care about tech, but I care about, I saw what social media did to the world, and the people coming out and what the things are being said about this technology and what I'm seeing happen already, and I feel like compelled to talk about it. So
Congress is totally unprepared to respond to the existential changes
people in
that are
general are
taking place.
unprepared.
We
I
are
don't think.
way behind where the American people are
I think
in
most
terms of their
people.
concerns.
I think there is a lot of people aware of AI, but I don't. I still think there's a huge swath of people that are not aware really that it's a problem. Like I think by the numbers and all these things, I think a lot of people think that AI is just on everybody's radar in some capacity. But I've talked to a lot of people, and these examples are anecdotal, but just in like the barbershop and, just kind of walking around in regular everyday conversation. A lot of people still aren't using the tools, really aren't over familiar with it. And to them, it's just like a helpful advanced Google search, right? Like for a lot of people, these issues aren't even kind of registering for them, or they're certainly not registering in a visceral way. I don't know what the percentages are on that, but there's a lot of people that still aren't aware of this problem. What up, y'all? This is Zane the Gambit. Thank you so much for watching this clip on Zane's Zone Unlimited. This is just a clip of a larger video, so if you liked what you saw, please tap the end screen or the video in the description link and watch the full thing. Like, subscribe, comment. I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much. I'm out.